have sold more than 20 million albums around the world. While their record sales have grown, the size of the group has shrunk from 7 to 3, and now to the duo of lead singer Tom Bailey and Alana Curry, the percussionist and lyricist of the group. We welcome both of them now for a return engagement. You were last here, we just said December '85.
That's right.
Boy, you have shrunk then. I mean, what happened? Why are you...
We must have gone on a diet or something.
Yeah.
No, there were 3 of us for the last 5 years.
What happened to Joe?
Joe left after the last tour, after we were here last time. He decided he wanted to get married, live in America, write songs on his own. He got frustrated with the way we were all living and sort of the bizarre traveling around the world lifestyle.
What is it about this lifestyle that I mean, how is it?
Well, it's just that you're never in one place for very long. You can't have any sense of community. You can't have that sort of settled lifestyle, which everybody craves for once in a while. I mean, and pretty much we've been on the road for 7 years, living in rented houses, working in studios in different parts of the world, all over the place. And it gets to you a bit after a while.
Yeah. What do you miss most about being on the road all the time?
The mundane domestic things, you know, having a corner grocery store to go to, where you know the person behind the counter. Having somewhere to hang your hat.
Yeah,
it's
having some route somewhere.
Yeah, but it's those little things. And I guess friends that are just, you know, people you know, call up and say, hey, let's go out for dinner or something, and rather than this big show business thing all the time. However, I mean, I do enjoy being on the road. I do enjoy traveling.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what's the flip side of it? What's the fun of it?
I mean, I find it fascinating, to be honest. You learn a lot about the world, about human nature, by traveling around and seeing how different people do it differently in different parts of the world.
Are you two, are the Thompson twins different now because Joe is gone? Because he had sort of given you that high-tech, whatever, had he not?
Yeah, pretty much Tom and I had become the songwriting team over the last couple of albums. I was writing the words, Tom was writing the music, and Joe was putting in bits and pieces here and there. I mean, I think more than anything, we just missed him as a friend. He was a great mate and a good laugh and just a real special person. So we sort of would always be turning around, looking over our shoulders, going, where's Joe, where's Joe?
Yeah.
But,
what, was it traumatic? Was it hard? Was it...
No, I mean, Joe is this sort of person. He just walked out of a hotel room in Japan and said, I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and then in a couple of weeks phoned up and said, actually, I don't think I'll be in the band anymore, you know.
Just like that?
Yeah, but that's the sort of guy.
Well, did you jump on the phone and say, hi, this is, you know, we've got to talk about this?
We're that sort of person as well, because we just said, fair enough, Joe.
Have a good life?
Yeah. And of course, we stayed in touch. He played with us, in fact, on the West Coast concerts on this current tour. So we're still buddies, and he still enjoys playing. But I don't think he wanted to travel around the world with us anymore. Yeah. Just plays when we're in town.
There was a kind of image that the Thompson twins had of a young, angry rock band, right? Yeah. Was it...
Now we're old, quiet.
Now you're old, quiet duo. Do you... Was that a fair image?
No, I don't see where that comes from, except that a certain amount of rebellion, a certain amount of questioning values is always a part of rock and roll.
That's what I thought.
The strange thing, as you discover the more you get into this business, is that rock and roll itself has its own very conservative and stiff set of rules and regulations, and those are the ones that in the end are interesting to break. You know, otherwise they're always trying to turn you into this generic rock and roll band, which we aren't. Yeah. We're not a mainstream.
Are you on the wave of anything? I mean, how do you, you know, how is it you have been successful? That you have 20 million records, albums around the world. You know, what makes the difference in making it and not making it for a group?
Well, I don't know. It depends what that making it is based on.
Well, selling records may be one thing.
Yeah. I don't know. We work hard, and I think that no matter what style we choose to use at certain points, we're also very good songwriters.
Yeah, I started to say, how much is that crucial? Because...
Well, I think songs are really the most important part of the whole thing. If you can't, it doesn't matter what production you do, it doesn't matter what fancy sound, what image you have or anything else. If your song's not there, it's not really going to happen, or it will happen for a while. But
are lyrics more or less important in rock and roll today?
Well, for me, you're asking a lyricist. I mean, I think they're totally important.
I know they're important, but are they more or less? I mean, but there was a sense that there was a while there several years ago in which it seemed to me that people didn't talk much about.
People do write a lot of rubbishy lyrics. I mean, even now, there's a lot of things which, and I'll listen to it and I think they don't mean that at all. That's not coming from experience. That's not coming from anything that's very new.
You know what's happening, which is interesting, is that for the first time in many years, people are actually buying albums, going home and sitting down and listening to them again, rather than merely sticking them onto some sort of musical wallpaper. And it's CDs that have done that, I think. You know, it's re-inspired interest in actually checking it out personally and in great detail. So that's bound to have an effect on the lyrics.
I think that every record company ought to be required by law to put the lyrics in the album.
Ah, well, I mean, I've always refused to put the lyrics in the album because I've always felt that when it makes it too easy, you know. And part of my fun as a child and growing up was lying in the bath with the transistor radio on the window ledge, not being able to hear the lyrics, just hearing this sort of, and making my own up, you know, instead of these garbled words. I'd put my whole life into these songs. And I always think that it makes you use your imagination. And also, lyrics are not written form of writing. They're not poetry. They're not short stories. They're lyrics. They're to go hand in hand with music.
Stay with that point. That's fascinating to me. How is it different? It's not poetic. It's not poetry. It's not prose. It's lyrics. But how is it different? I mean, what are the demands of being a lyricist that's not the demands of the poet or the...
You have to write in conjunction with music. Your rhythm has to go hand in hand with the music.
The music dictates the words?
Yeah, or the words dictate the music, but they both have to fit together.
Well, for you, it's